Hello guys, welcome back to Creep Designs. I am Twitch. So if you watched the last two videos in this mini-series, you'll remember that I've been upcycling these drawer sliders from a cabinet I worked on recently. This is a brief recap of what I've done so far. This was the first sign, which was a farmhouse style, and this was the second one, which was a beach house style. So this time we're going kind of moody and a little modern, I guess you'd say, maybe. And I'm going to start off by painting the frame in Millie Boutique Mineral Paint in the colour Black Bear. So I completely changed my mind about what I wanted to do with this third one and won't be using the piece of MDF that I cut for it. Instead, I'll be using two pieces of pine, which I am now cutting to length for the back of it. The reason I'm using the pine instead of the MDF is because I'm going to be doing a wood quilt on this, and I'll be stapling the pieces on to make my life a bit easier and quicker. So the backing needed to have a bit more thickness to it to be able to hold the staples without them going through the back. So here I'm just using my miter saw to cut the ends off where the holes are so that I can get those out of the way and just use the good parts. And then once I've cut both ends off, I will put it on a 45-degree angle so that I can get my bevels on. Now I'm using Sally's wood glue, not tomato sauce, and just a cheap brush from Sleek Brushes Australia to spread that stuff out really good. So I actually forgot to measure my center line for this before gluing it. I should have done that beforehand. So I just grabbed a piece of dowel and marked it in the glue where my center line is roughly. This is just a quick job. This wasn't planned at all, so I'm just, going with it. So now I'm using my staple gun to staple the pieces down in place. Probably used way more staples than I really needed to, but I'm going a bit crazy with the staple gun lately because I've only just got it. So those of you who have followed me for quite a while now know that I used to do some wood quilts, and the designs on those were a bit more out there than this is going to be, and I was trying to toy with the idea of doing something a bit different, and I decided to keep it a lot simpler this time because I really didn't have the time to put into it. But yeah, I'll chuck some photos up on here of some wood quilts that I made ages ago. I haven't done one for a while because they're quite time consuming, especially the way I used to have to do it before I had a miter saw and before I had a staple gun. But I'm really keen to get back into the wood quilts because I absolutely loved doing them. They were very popular, and watching everyone make amazing creations with Venetian blinds lately has sparked my desire to get back into the wood quilts. So now I'm using Millie primer and adhesive bond. The putty underneath kind of shrunk a little bit, and so it's not really perfect, and there's some staples that are sticking up. So once I get this primer on, it'll actually make it easier for me to see any imperfections and where I need to fix it. I put some more putty on and punched some screws, some staples through, under the surface and let it dry overnight, and then yeah, I started hand sanding it and I'm like, screw this, getting my damn sander out. So now I'm using Robin's Egg in the Millie mineral paint range. I was going to just use white, but you know, I've got other colours I want to use, and I haven't really used this on anything. It is a beautiful, beautiful, soft, like duck egg blue. I'm hoping you can pick up on it on the screen. It's definitely not white. It's hard to tell on screen, but it is like the softest duck egg blue. Now I'm using Black Bear in the Millie mineral paint range to do another stencil. It is another different welcome stencil from Gemini Creative. The link will be in the description. When you're doing stencils like this, it looks really thin going on like this. Don't be tempted to just put more paint on and like build it up now. Wait for it to dry and then come back. Like honestly, by the time you're done going through the whole stencil and go back to the start, it's probably dry like this, like it was in this case. So you're better off doing thin layers and doing multiple layers. That way you are less likely to end up with bleeding. Alright, so I forgot to hit record before fitting these, but look, it has hooks. Ta-da! It's literally just a case of measuring them up, pre-drilling holes and twisting them in. Well, that is it for the second one, my guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Can't really see the wood quilting very well in this light because it's so bright, so thinking I might actually go in with a fine brush and just put a little bit of darker paint through those lines just to make it stand out a little bit more. Maybe. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share and comment, and have a great time, and I'll see you on the next one.